The political earthquake that Nigerian analysts have been predicting for months has finally happened today, Monday, March 9, 2026, and the way it happened is almost as remarkable as the defection itself. Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has officially dumped the People's Democratic Party and joined the All Progressives Congress. But the man who was supposed to stand up and make the announcement himself could not find the courage to do it. He sent his deputy governor, Mani Malam Mumuni, to stand before supporters and party stakeholders at the Rescue Hall in Government House Gusau and break the news on his behalf. The man who asked millions of Zamfara voters to trust him with the PDP ticket in 2023, the man who beat the APC and won that governorship election, could not look his own people in the eyes today and say the words himself. He sent a messenger. And in that one detail, the absence of the governor in the room where his own defection was announced, you have the most honest summary of what is happening in Nigerian politics in 2026. Dauda Lawal was too uncomfortable, too embarrassed, or simply too aware of what this looks like to personally stand up and own the decision he had made. His deputy governor had to do it for him, and Nigeria noticed. Here is the full story of how this defection happened and why it was always going to happen. Lawal won the 2023 governorship election in Zamfara on the PDP platform, defeating the incumbent APC administration in what was described at the time as one of the most significant upsets of that election cycle in the Northwest. It was seen as proof that the opposition could win in a region where the APC had dominated for years. But from almost the moment he took office, the political calculations began to shift. Zamfara State has for years been the epicenter of Nigeria's banditry and kidnapping crisis, the most consistently dangerous state in the Northwest, where communities have been terrorized by armed groups for nearly a decade. The security situation demands federal collaboration. Federal collaboration under the Tinubu administration comes easier to APC governors than to opposition ones, and Lawal knew it. In the months leading up to today, he made increasingly transparent public statements about the disadvantages of remaining outside the ruling party. He said at one point that Zamfara had not received any federal intervention funds beyond statutory allocations since he assumed office, and that he knew of states that had received over 500 billion naira in federal palliatives, while Zamfara got nothing, specifically because he was not in the APC. He said the state had not been sharing in certain things nationally. For a governor of a state as embattled as Zamfara, with security crises demanding urgent funding and federal support, that is not just a political frustration, it is a governance emergency, and today he chose to cross the floor. The timing is also inseparable from a dramatic legal development that happened earlier today on the same Monday. The Court of Appeal in Abuja upheld an earlier federal high court order restraining INEC from recognizing the outcome of the PDP's National Convention held in Abagan on November 15 and 16, 2025, the convention that produced a factional leadership under Taminu Turaki as national chairman. That ruling effectively deepened the PDP's internal crisis at exactly the moment Lawal was finalizing his defection. For him, the court judgment removed any last reason to stay and wait. The party's national leadership remains contested and legally paralyzed, and with the 2027 election cycle approaching, he could not afford to fight a governorship re-election campaign from inside a party tearing itself apart in court. If the rapid collapse of the PDP across Nigeria's states and what it means for opposition politics ahead of 2027 is a story you want to follow closely, please subscribe to this channel right now and turn on that notification bell, because this is just the beginning of what could be a wave of defections in the coming months. With Lawal's departure, the APC now controls 31 of Nigeria's 36 states, 31 governors. Only 5 states remain outside the APC's grip, and the opposition is shrinking with every defection. The governors who remain, including Seyi Makinde of Oyo State and Bala Mohammed of Bauchi, are already being called upon by political voices to consider their next move. ADC chieftain Usman Austin Okai issued a statement today specifically urging PDP's remaining governors to defect to the ADC rather than the APC, a call that reflects the desperation of smaller opposition parties to attract whoever is leaving the PDP. Here is the question for you today. Do you believe Governor Dauda Lawal genuinely defected because of PDP's internal crisis and Zamfara's need for federal support, or do you think this is simply a governor doing what is necessary to survive politically and secure his re-election bid in 2027? And what do you think about the fact that he was too embarrassed to make the announcement himself and sent his deputy governor instead? Drop your honest answer in the comments below. Share this video so every Nigerian following the collapse of the PDP gets the full picture. Like it if this breakdown gave you everything you needed. And stay subscribed because with APC now controlling 31 states and the PDP in legal chaos, the political map of Nigeria is being redrawn before our eyes.